Hello, so today we're going to be talking about whether you should re-roll or not in Wuthering Waves. We have gotten a lot of new information so that a lot of the re-roll videos on whether you should re-roll are kind of outdated because we're getting a lot more rewards than we were before, including some limited banner pulls, which we were not getting before. So because of these changes, I wanted to make an updated video talking about whether or not it's worth re-rolling, how to re-roll, and what you are actually going to be looking at. Now, to start out the video, let's start by talking about re-rolling for standard characters. And as this little infographic says, I've condensed all this information so you can screenshot it if you want to read it. But the key part of this is that you can get 2 characters of your choice. Now, the reason why is because there's a beginner banner, which goes up to 50 pity, but it costs 8 per 10 pull instead of 10. So it's going to take 40 pulls for you to get a 5-star, and the 5-star is random. So the re-rolling portion of this is you're going to be wanting to re-roll for one of the 2 5-stars that you want, and then you're going to select the other 5-star that you want on the choice banner, which will drop at 80 pity, and that's just a different banner on the normal standard banner. So the reason that this is important is because a lot of people were only thinking about like the beginner banner before, because the choice banner hadn't really had like an official announcement. I did make a video talking about the updated rewards earlier, so you can go check that out. I'll leave that in the description. But for those of you guys who don't know, we're going to be getting 3 10 pulls on the normal banner. As soon as you unlock the wishing function, you can just get them from the mail. Then you're going to get 2 limited banner or 10 limited banner pulls as well. So what I think is going to be the best idea to do is to play up until the point where you can get those 30 pulls. Play for like a little bit longer. It'll probably take you around 40 to 50 minutes because you'll have to play a little bit after you get the 30 pulls to get a 5-star, unless you don't get lucky. Because if you get lucky, because if you get lucky, then you'll probably get it before the 40 pulls anyways. But assuming that you get somewhat lucky and get the 5-star that you want early, then you can just keep that account and then select the other 5-star you want in the choice banner. If you don't get the character that you want, then play a little bit more just to go to see what 5-star you get. If it's one of the 2 5-stars you want, then continue on with the account. So I think re-rolling is actually pretty good here because you can get 2 5-stars of your choice, and you're going for a 2 and 5 for the re-roll. And if you maybe even want more characters, right? If you're going to be like a Yinlin main, you may want to get like Kalcharo and Verena, because that team is going to be like your best in slot team for Yinlin, or one of your best in slot teams for Yinlin. So you'll be able to set your account up very well by doing this. And I think it is worth re-rolling if you are somebody who likes re-rolling, and re-rolling is something you've already done before. If you are a new player, you're going to already get 2 5-stars, right? And then one of those 5-stars is going to be of your choice. So if you're fine with only getting 1 5-star of your choice and the other one just being a random, then you don't really have to re-roll, because like me, for example, I don't really care what 5-stars I get. I honestly don't even know who I'm going to select on the choice banner. So I'm not going to be re-rolling just because I'm already going to get what I want anyways, because I don't even have anything that I want. But if you're looking to get 2 specific 5-stars of your choice rather than 1, then this is going to be the perfect re-rolling thing to do for you. Okay, so next I'd like to talk about re-rolling for Gian. Now, the time to re-roll for Gian is going to be around 30 to 40 minutes, and it's going to be very good if you're able to get him after like a couple of rolls, but the chances of getting him are probably going to be 6 to 8%, I think, if you math it out to get a 5-star and a 10 pull. The rates are pretty low, and the rates also aren't 100% accurate because they do include hard pity. So when you take that into account, it could take a very long time, like potentially even like 5 to like 10 hours to get the character if you are unlucky. But if you want to say, hell yeah, let's gamble, then go for it. It can lead to burnout, and at the beginning of the game, re-rolling for something that has really low odds of getting what you want can be incredibly boring, because you're just doing the same thing over and over again, and it can lead to people losing their sanity and burning out from the game very quick. So if you are somebody who is really into re-rolling, loves re-rolling accounts, then this is actually probably going to be perfect for you. But if you're somebody who hasn't re-rolled in the past and are maybe like new to re-rolling in gacha games, haven't re-rolled much, then it's probably not going to be worth it, because it would be your first time re-rolling, and you're re-rolling for such low odds that I don't think it's going to be worth it to sacrifice your sanity and potential enjoyment for the game just to get an extra character, when a lot of the other characters in the game are cool as well. But if you see it as just a way to grind out and get this character so that you could also get a character like Yinlin or other characters in the future, then I think it is going to be worth it for those type of people who want, maybe you want Gian and Yinlin, but it's going to be hard to get them normally. So getting Gian, right, re-rolling that first 10 pull to try and get him is going to be worth it for you. And only getting 10 pulls per reroll isn't too bad, but it would only take about 30 minutes to do. So It's not going to be the most time consuming thing in the world, especially compared to a lot of other rerolls, but the standard banner reroll that we talked about earlier is definitely going to be much easier and much less of a burden on a lot of people's sanity. So I think the first one is worth doing a lot more. I personally am not going to be rerolling because I just want to play the game, and I feel like I would get bored of the game and start to hate the game if I started rerolling personally. So just kind of think about whether or not it's something that would be worth it for you personally, and then see, like, look at the pros and cons, seeing if those pros and cons are okay with you, right? Are you okay with potentially spending dozens of hours for him? Are you okay with having to make a bunch of accounts in advance? Do you have emails ready and logins ready to potentially make those accounts? And since we still have a while until the game comes out, we have 5 days. Gonna be 4 days by the time this video comes out. Maybe you want to get to work and start making a bunch of accounts, a bunch of emails. And then another good thing is you can do the echo event after the game comes out, which I made a video on earlier. So that's not gonna be an issue for you. If you want to roll for Gian, then get your echo for Gian right after, get your cyan feathered heron right after, you'll be set to go, and you'll have Gian on your account as well. So that's all I wanted to talk about for today's video. Let's talk about the pros and cons of re-rolling, as well as some of how the banner systems work. And hopefully you guys can now decide if you want to re-roll or not, and hopefully you enjoy the game as much as I did. It is a very fun game, and I hope a lot of people have fun playing it for the first time on launch. So I'll talk to you guys later.